Ryan James. In this video, I am breaking down, I'm explaining to you, can men and women be friends? And I'm just going to jump right to the answer to that. No. No. There are scenarios and situations where it can be possible, but a generic answer is most likely no. And you should also ask yourself, is it in your best interest to spend your attention and your time chasing a friendship that isn't going to be rewarding in that it's not going to become more than ever just being a friendship? And if you look at it too hard, I can understand how you can be like, well, every single relationship's either a friendship or... But no, that's not, I'm not looking at it like that. I'm looking at it like, is it better to value your time and your attention chasing women that you are attracted to and that you want to have relationships with? Or is it better to have a call log of women who just want to go for dinners with you, have you take them shopping, drive them places, listen to them talk about their emotions, their feelings? No, that's not a good idea for anyone. That's just a waste of your time. So, which situations does it become possible for men and women to be friends? A girl can be friends with a guy and have it be platonic if he's gay. Yeah. And there's a very, very strong chance that she will want him because he's unattainable. And women usually are attracted to things that they think are unattainable. And another scenario where it's possible where is if you meet a woman or a woman meets a man and they go on a date, and originally their intentions were to make a physical relationship, but the chemistry is not there. But there's some sort of mutual respect. That can work sometimes, but my history of seeing that and even experiencing it is that the man at a certain point gets frustrated with the relationship and decides to sacrifice something to make it physical, and then regrets it after, and it's like probably has excuses like, oh, I drank too much that night, I don't know what I was thinking. But then the friendship is ash in the wind, gone forever. And there is rare scenarios too where after a boyfriend and girlfriend have parted ways, a friendship can be formed then. And the dynamics of why a man would want that and why a woman would want that are very different. The man in that scenario wants it because he wants to prove to her how he can do better and how she made a mistake not valuing him more, not treating him with more respect. So he will parade and show off the new women that are coming into his life. And on the flip side, most men are going to have a very difficult time seeing her move on, start dating other guys in her life, start getting driven like a go-kart. It's going to be an unhealthy relationship. And depending on the relationship you had with them prior, like if children were involved, it makes sense to try to be as respectful and as kind and as peaceful as possible for the sake of the children. And it's very easy to confuse that just because you're trying very hard to be nice to somebody, that it's easy to confuse that as a friendship. But those are two people that are using each other because there is a purpose that justifies the usage. And I heard this a long time ago, and it's a very quick fire. It's very easy for people to quickly get upset when they hear what I'm about to say. And I just thought it was a cool play on words when I first heard it. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, you know, there's a lot of truth to this. And the quote I'm going to share is, if you are not okay with being used, you may be useless. Everybody uses somebody in some capacity, whether it's for social gain, whether it's for emotional support, or whether it's for financial gain. Everything from your family, friends, to relationships with the people you are attracted to, you're using them for some purpose. And the people who are maybe watching this being like, no, I don't use people, and I don't think I'm being used. How big is your social circle? How many friends do you really have? So understand that the more useful you are and the more you can contribute and offer, the more people are going to be attracted to you and what you offer, and your social circle is going to expand. I will share a story from when I was much younger. I was in a very serious relationship. One of my very first long-term relationships. And I had got a job where I was a manager at a retail place, and I had a crush. I was attracted to this girl as quite a bit younger. The younger you are, the smaller the age gap, the bigger it seems. So it seemed at the time like there was a pretty big age gap between us, and I was very attracted to her. And I put myself in the friend zone and would do stupid things. Like constantly buy her lunch, buy her dinner. I remember one time she came to work and she didn't have socks. So I went and bought her socks. It was just what was I thinking? But live and learn. I was young. And since I was in a serious, committed relationship, I would go out with her sometimes, and it would be a co-worker thing, meeting with friends from work, and we would just go to the beach and get a 24 pack and get so drunk. And there was times where it was we got so close to hooking up, but we hadn't then. And years after that, the long-term relationship, ash in the wind. And she was there for emotional support and as a friend for me. But she was she had been seeing this guy for a while now. And then a few months after that, she left him. And I was the guy that came, picked her up from where they were living, helped her get her stuff out while he was at the door, looking at me you're gonna be banging my girlfriend. And I, at the time, wanted to try to do the right thing. And it wasn't until months after that, because we were both trying to move on and move past and be the healthiest versions of ourselves that we could, that we eventually hooked up. And it was a fun night, but we were never friends again after that. And I probably am more to blame for that because I just didn't continue pursuing it. But I'm sure you have stories like this too, where you can look back at female or male relationships that you thought were, they were just friends. I put them in the friend zone, or when you were friend zoned. And before shooting this video, I asked people that I know in my life what they think of the question that I'm posing here. Can men and women be friends? And everyone using their own experience, because I asked them, use your own experience, had a very hard time thinking of any scenario where they successfully had this. And one of my friends told me, yes, one of my very best friends is a woman. And it's because we're in similar parts in life. We work together, and it's very, very easy to confuse friendships and coworkers. Just think about what I said before. Coworkers need you. Your friends might need you, but not for the same reasons. And that all affects the results. But when I talked to him about this, he's like, yeah, it's because there's a level of trust with each other. And then the more he just talked about it, he did admit to me, he's like, but I'm pretty sure I would bang her. I'm pretty sure I would make it physical. But I don't know, like, I don't, and if he's willing to admit that, then the answer is yes, for sure he is. Definitely he is. So, and also, I have a very strong policy when I'm seeing somebody, which is, I'm not cool with you hanging out with your male dude friends one-on-one. If that's something that you have to do, then don't see me. It's not worth it. I'm not going to accept that. And just in the last couple months, I've had a lot of experience with what I'm speaking about, because I would disappear. I'd be hard to get hold of, and they'd be like, you know what? He told me I can't, so I'm going to. And the guy hadn't seen her for a while. And the very first thing he did was make a move, go in for it, try to kiss her, try to make it intimate. And they were like so surprised and shocked by this, even though I explained to them that's exactly what they will do. And they're like, no, Ryan, you were right. And ultimately, I just like hearing that I'm right. So, cool. I told you. Okay, so that should give you a good understanding. I think I covered in this video. Well, no, I did cover. I covered very extensively in this video why it's not very beneficial. It's not going to be long lasting. And there's much better ways to focus your attention and your time, path and purpose, on other things than pursuing just friendship with the opposite sex. So, if you like this video, like it, smash that subscribe button. Seriously, subscribe. We need more subscribers. Share the video. Share it with your male friends. Share it. And you have stories. I know you have stories about this, and you have an opinion. Take your stories and your opinions and put them in the comment section. I like to read them all. Okay? Until next time, I'm Ryan James.